Keeping up with what's going on with former President Donald Trump's legal troubles can be tricky, especially compared to keeping track of how much money he has. Even though his social media business lost him a lot of money last year, Trump's personal wealth is still huge, probably in the billions of dollars. There are a bunch of serious charges against him in different places, two at the national level, one in New York and another in Georgia, all linked to his efforts to change the results of the 2020 election, that according to CNN. He's facing federal charges for handling secret documents after he stopped being president, and New York City is accusing him of hiding money paid to a woman named Stormy Daniels. Both of these cases are going to trial in 2024. But there's also another case in New York that started on October 2nd, 2023. The state's Attorney General, Letitia James, is saying that Trump, his two grown sons, his company, and some top bosses have been lying about how much their stuff is worth to get tax breaks and better loan deals. That's called fraud. Donald Trump is worth $2.6 billion. In 2022, Forbes valued Donald Trump's wealth at a hefty $3 billion, but by April 2023, they reported a dip to $2.5 billion. As of now, Forbes estimates his net worth to be around $2.6 billion. Interestingly, Trump's social media venture, which encompasses platforms like Truth Social, underwent a significant shift in value. Initially appraised at a staggering $730 million, its worth has now plummeted to less than $100 million, as per Forbes analysis. The inception of Truth Social dates back to October 2021, with its official launch taking place in February 2022. Despite the decline in value, Truth Social boasts a user base of approximately 2 million individuals, as confirmed by Search Logistics. In a noteworthy development, Trump's absence from the prestigious Forbes 400 list in 2023 marked a significant departure from his previous financial standing. Presently, he ranks as the 1,182nd wealthiest person globally as of October 23, 2023. Trump's financial journey has been rife with fluctuations, notably rebounding after a substantial decline during his presidency. This downturn was attributed to the cessation of business ties with several organizations. Forbes cited his net worth at $4.5 billion in 2016, witnessing a decline to $2.1 billion by 2020. The bulk of Trump's wealth is intertwined with New York City's real estate market. However, the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic ushered in challenges, particularly for urban real estate, as remote work became the norm. This paradigm shift has hindered the resurgence of Trump's real estate holdings, as highlighted by Forbes analysis. Donald Trump's start in business. When Donald J. Trump became the President of the United States in 2017, he was the oldest person to ever take on that role. He was 70 years and 220 days old on January 20th, 2017. However, that record now belongs to President Joe Biden, who was 78 when he took office. Trump faced tough competition to become the Republican candidate for the 2016 presidential election. He eventually won the nomination and went on to defeat Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton. His presidency ended on January 20th, 2021, when Joe Biden became the 46th president. Trump was born into a wealthy family and inherited around $40 million from his father, Fred Trump, who was a real estate developer. In 1971, Donald Trump took over what would later become known as the Trump Organization. With his earnings and inheritance, Trump built over 500 companies. He has been involved in luxury golf courses, tall buildings, TV shows, casinos, books, merchandise, and now social media. Donald Trump's business successes. In 1980, Trump struck a big deal with Hyatt New York City and the struggling Commodore Hotel near Grand Central Station. He got permission to fix up and rename the failing hotel as the Grand Hyatt. This place quickly became popular, making Trump famous as a top real estate developer in the city. By 1984, Trump finished building the impressive 68-story Trump Tower, which is still where the Trump Organization's main office is located today. The tower has a stunning 60-foot waterfall, and when it opened, had 5 floors of stores and restaurants. Trump has owned many successful businesses and properties over the years. For example, Trump Place is a fancy residential area covering 92 acres. Then there's the Trump International Hotel and Tower in Chicago, which has a hotel, apartments, and lots of places to eat and shop. Trump's work on fixing up Rollman Rink in Central Park in the 1980s is often credited with making it a big success. For years, the Trump Organization managed it for the city. However, things changed after the U.S. Capitol was stormed. New York City decided to cut ties with Trump. In January 2021, Mayor Bill de Blasio announced that the city would end 3 contracts with the Trump Organization. This meant they would stop running a carousel in Central Park, 2 skating rinks, and a golf course in the Bronx. Around the same time, the PGA of America said Trump's golf course in Bedminster, New Jersey, couldn't host the 2022 PGA Championship anymore. In Europe, organizers also decided that Trump's club in Turnberry, Scotland would not be considered to host the Open Championship for a while. Donald Trump's failed businesses. Donald Trump has had some big successes in business, but he's also faced some major setbacks. In 1988, Trump spent a whopping $365 million on buying planes and landing spots in Boston, New York City, and Washington, D.C. He even got the rights to put his name on a plane. He hoped to make a fancy airline called the Trump Shuttle, but it didn't work out, and the company had to stop operating. Things got tough in 1990 when the banks that supported Trump's projects had to give him $65 million in new loans and credit to help him out. His famous Taj Mahal Casino in Atlantic City went bankrupt in 1991, and his company, Trump Hotels and Casino Resorts, also went bankrupt in 2004. Then in 2009, the same company, now called Trump Entertainment Resorts, went bankrupt again. One of Trump's most talked about business failures is Trump University. It was an online college that wasn't officially accredited, and it started in 2005, but shut down in 2010. During his 2016 presidential campaign, there were 3 lawsuits against Trump University, claiming it was a scam that cost students a lot of money. Trump ended up settling the lawsuits for $25 million, but he did not admit any wrongdoing. Donald Trump's wife and family. Donald Trump has been married 3 times. His first wife was Ivana, and they were together from 1977 to 1992. During their marriage, they had 3 children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. These 3, along with Ivanka's husband, Jared Kushner, were quite involved in their father's time as president. After his divorce from Ivana, Trump married Marla Maples in December 1993. They had a daughter named Tiffany, born just 2 months before their marriage. However, their relationship ended in divorce in 1999. Currently, Trump is married to Melania Trump, who served as the First Lady during his presidency. They tied the knot in 2005. Melania, who is estimated to have a net worth of $50 million, is the mother of Trump's youngest son, Barron, born in March 2006. Donald Trump's lifestyle. Before moving into the White House, Donald, Melania, and Barron Trump lived in a fancy 3-floor penthouse in Trump Tower in Manhattan. They had cool stuff like an indoor fountain and a door that was covered in diamonds and gold, according to Business Insider. In October 2019, Trump filled out some paperwork to say he was moving his home base to Florida. Forbes thought this might be because Florida has better tax and money laws. One of Trump's properties in Florida is Mar-a-Lago, located in Palm Beach. He spent a lot of time there during his first few months as president and still lives there with Melania and Barron. Mar-a-Lago is super fancy and worth $300 million, according to Forbes. It sits on 17 acres of valuable land in South Florida. Trump bought it for only $10 million in 1985, which was a steal. The place has 58 bedrooms, 33 bathrooms, 12 fireplaces, and even 3 bomb shelters. Before Trump had Air Force One to fly him around, he used his own super expensive plane, a $100 million Boeing 757. It has gold seatbelts. Trump also had a bunch of other fancy cars at one point, like a Rolls-Royce, a 1997 Lamborghini Diablo, and a Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. Now that he's at Mar-a-Lago, it's not clear what cars Trump has, but he probably doesn't need much more than a golf cart to get around his huge estate. According to Reader's Digest, former presidents can only drive on their own property and not on public roads. Secret Service agents drive them around instead, and they're trained to drive really well, even in tricky situations. Trump's 2024 presidential campaign. On November 15, 2022, the former president, from his residence at Mar-a-Lago, declared his intention to run for re-election in 2024. This decision followed disappointing midterm election outcomes for the Republican Party. Despite facing indictment and potential conviction, the Constitution does not prohibit felons from assuming the presidency, as reported by Time magazine. With that being said, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you next time.